all over the world, all the friends of Tshaba, and welcome to Tshaba Media. Today I have a very special friend who's going to be answering some of your burning questions when it comes to teaching abroad, all right? So, we're asking 4 main questions: why, when, what, who. My friend's name is Peter. He's also from South Africa. So let's give him a round of applause, everyone. Come on. Yes. Welcome, my friend.
Hi, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me. I know that you're busy. Your schedule is tight, but you made time for us.
Yes. Always. It's always wonderful talking to you.
Oh, I appreciate it. You know that.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start things off, guys. Why? Why are you a teacher?
I have a passion for students and for little children, and I believe I have good values, and I would like to instill that in students. And you know, teaching is an adventure, and if we can take the students on this exciting adventure with us and make their day just a little bit better, then I feel we have succeeded in our job.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So it's really student focused for you, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's brilliant. And then why South Korea?
So my niece, my father's cousin, she was here, well, when I was still in high school. She visited Korea for 3 years. She stayed here and she taught at an academy style school.
Yeah.
And she went back to South Africa for 2 years, where she met her husband, and then after they married, he said, well, he feels so inspired by her stories that he also wanted to come to Korea, and then they came for 2 more years.
Wow.
And then near the end, she, when she got pregnant, they decided to go back to South Africa to raise their children there. And but she was always telling me so much great stories about Korea that I thought, like, I really want to come here as well. Yes.
So she inspired you.
She inspired me.
Oh, that's amazing. Shout out to her. All right, and then why teach young learners? Like, or rather, let me ask you, which age group do you teach?
I think the sweet spot, I think I'm quite flexible, but everyone has like a favorite range. I think from 2nd grade to around 4th, 5th grade is the sweet spot for me. But I can go a little bit younger, and I'm qualified to teach high school students, so I can do that as well.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think between G2, grade 2 and grade 4 is the sweet spot.
And why those grades in particular? What happens in that moment of time?
I think the younger kids still look up at the teacher, so they have more respect. They are so eager to learn. They're still, most of them are still hyped up in the classroom. If you compare them to teenagers who, they're going through a phase, they're usually tired.
Rebellious.
But the younger kids, it's like they want to soak up everything that you want to tell them, and that makes me excited too.
So true. I resonate with that, So that's beautiful. Thank you for answering.
You're welcome.
Now, next question, when? When did you start teaching?
In 2010.
2010, guys, that's FIFA World Cup vibes.
Oh yeah.
2010.
Yeah, that was my first year of teaching.
When did you get your teaching certification? And sorry to cut you off, but this is the perfect time to distinguish between a teaching license and a teaching certificate, which are 2 different things that our viewers need to also understand, especially when it comes to teaching abroad. These things are different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I finished my studies in 2009, and then I think I got my SACE certificate, or the South African Teaching Certificate, very early in 2010.
Wow.
Yes.
So the SACE certificate, and maybe other people know it just as ACE, that is a formal teaching license, right?
Yes.
So that is what you need when you are teaching in South Africa. You need that. Whereas teaching abroad in South Korea, you can major in anything in university, get your bachelor's degree, and then you just need to get a teaching certificate, an English foreign language teaching certificate, which is usually 120 hours, 140, 160, it depends on the course that you go with. But this means to teach abroad, you don't necessarily have to have a teaching license, but you do need a teaching certificate.
Yeah.
You got that earlier on in your education journey.
Yes.
Okay.
And what's great is because we've got an English background in our schools,
Yeah.
and if we have a lot of experience teaching at English schools, not a lot of the overseas schools require you to have a TOEFL or TOEFL or those. It can help in some cases, but
it's not 100% requirement.
it's not 100% required.
So people do need to understand, why are South Africans qualified to teach English abroad? This is because we were once colonized, all right? And so because we were once colonized, a lot of our education systems, they all have English as the first language medium of instruction. And therefore, we're able to speak English so eloquently. Having a teaching license, you didn't have to get your TOEFL certificate.
No.
Okay, perfect. So if you have a teaching license, you don't need a TOEFL certificate. But if you don't have a teaching license, you can get a TOEFL certificate, although it's not 100% requirement.
Yes.
You definitely need a Bachelor of Arts degree. All right. Now, or a bachelor's degree, not necessarily of arts. Thank you. When did you start preparing to teach abroad?
The first time I came over in 2016 on like the last day of February. So I started looking for a job in Korea in November 2015.
Wow.
So that was about 4 months before I actually went over. The process sometimes takes a little bit long because they require you to get your apostille of the documents ready, and it needs to go to DERCO.
Yes.
And it gets all of these fancy ribbons around to prove that it's a
legitimate document. Exactly.
Yes.
So you took about 4 months to prepare before coming abroad.
Yes.
And Peter has mentioned very essential documents, right? That we will go into detail as the interview goes on, or even after as a follow-up. Now, moving on to what? What does a day in your schedule look like? An average day in your schedule. How many classes are you teaching? Just shape it out for us, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
So every day we have about 3 normal classes before lunch break and 3 normal classes after lunch break. This year we have an extra reading period of 15 minutes before the first period to help the students improve their reading and their comprehension skills, which is actually very nice. And at the end of the day, not all of the days, but at the end of some of the days we have an after-school class which might involve reading as well, or math skills, or robotics.
So fun. So the way you just described it to me is, on average, you're looking at about 6 to 7 classes a day. Now, does that mean you have lesson preparing time?
Well, in the last week of every month, we have to have all of the lesson plans for the next month ready. So it takes a while to make all of those. But, it really helps you to just be prepared and get ready for the next month's lesson.
Wow, that is so informative, because schedules can vary depending on the grades that you're teaching. Whereas for me, as a kindergarten teacher, my schedule may be completely different from his, so I get to have certain preparation time within my day. But if your schedule is different and the grades you're teaching are also different, like it affects your contract as well, you know. So all these factors contribute to your overall contract. It's different. Don't just think that people are not working enough or are overworking. You don't know their contract and their agreement. So focus on yours and you'll be good. Right. And then what is your teaching style?
I believe that it should be student-centered. I think because I grew up in an age where it was more teacher-centered, sometimes my lessons can gravitate in that direction, but luckily with my subjects that I have now, like science, I have the freedom to let the students explore and make fun things like posters, and then they can discuss it with the class or do presentations.
Wow.
They really like that.
That's fantastic. And I know why you're saying our classes before used to just be teacher-centered. I mean, that's the South African landscape, to be quite honest with you, right? You're just listening and focusing on the teachers. We want the kids to enjoy and discover more of the topic that you're bringing to them, right?
Yes.
So that's really good. You need to find your balance. Once you know your approach to teaching, once you develop your teacher's pedagogy, then you know how you want the class to flow. Who's talking more? Is it the teacher or is it the student? You need to make those decisions, and it becomes evident in your lesson plan as well as a teacher.
Yes.
Now, what is your favorite part about your job?
I think just my favorite part about every day is just communicating with the colleagues, because I always get a lot of great ideas and inspiration from them, especially for practical lessons, and then just working with my students, because especially if I can talk about my homeroom class, the 4th grade students, we just connect on a different level. We get each other. They get my sense of humor, I get their sense of humor.
Aww.
And usually after classes we feel tired, but I feel energized when I leave those classes. So that's really, really...
And one thing Peter mentioned was communication. My people, there's a difference between communication and gossip. There's a difference between communication and just negative ranting. You must know the difference. We're at work, we're here to really speak more about how we can help the children to grow, how we can improve our systems, all right? Know the difference, know the difference.
I want to say something that I just thought of when Sarah from New Zealand was here. She told us we are not going to complain about circumstances. She said our job as teachers are to leave the place better than it was before we came, and I got goosebumps. That really motivated me to follow in her footsteps.
Wonderful. So Sarah teacher, you follow us on Instagram. Come on now, put a thumbs up. Put a thumbs up, okay? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So your favorite part about your job is really teaching the kids, seeing them grow, and establishing that connection with them.
That connection, yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, next one, who inspired you to teach abroad?
Well, like I said, my niece, and also I think if I talk about my teaching career in general, my first high school teacher, homeroom high school teacher that I had, and I was privileged to have her as my biology teacher in 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th grade, actually for the full, the full course of my high school. And then, she had such a calm demeanor, and the classes were fun, and we felt safe in her classes. And yes, after I finished high school, she and her husband moved abroad. First to, I think, Abu Dhabi or somewhere in that area, or
in the
Qatar.
Middle East.
And then for the last, I guess, 15 or 20 years, they've lived in Houston, Texas.
Oh my goodness!
And she got in the States you have to get a special teaching certificate depending on in which state you are. So she got that, and she's I think she's teaching high school again.
Wow. Would you happen to remember her name?
Louet de Jager. Yes.
Louet de Jager.
Yes.
Mevrou Louet de Jager, baie dankie. Ons is baie trots op Pieter hierso. Baie dankie. Alrighty, let's continue. Where do you go to find inspiration for your classes?
YouTube has been a big inspiration for me, and a lot of the American teachers have amazing videos on there.
Yeah.
Especially if you work with older students about class discipline, they have some very helpful tips there because you know teenagers. For the younger students, they have amazing ideas to teach them phonics and reading and math.
Yes.
So, and there's teachers from other countries as well, but I must say it's a good inspiration. And then colleagues. I get a lot of great ideas from colleagues.
Wonderful. Learning how to co-work is just, it's important. And that means we as teachers, we also need to continue to be informed about what we're teaching, right? That's awesome. Now, Peter, who should consider teaching abroad?
I think people that are looking for a new experience, not necessarily they're tired of their country, but I think some people that I've spoken to, teachers in South Africa, are very happy there, especially the female teachers who has a husband who has a very good job there.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are happy there, but I think especially, not always, but most of the teachers that I know that come abroad are single, and it makes it a little bit easier. And then people who want to learn new skills, and because I've learned so many things abroad, and then as a plus, as a bonus, you get to travel a bit, you meet many, a lot of wonderful people.
Yes.
So
anyone who's looking for a new experience.
Yeah, anyone looking for a new experience.
Perfect. Now, Peter, we have covered the 4 main questions. It's time to give the people what they usually stick around for. Spill the tea. Spill the tea, Peter. What is your worst experience while abroad? Worst experience.
Well, there's 3 that I can think of just at the top of my head, and you can edit this.
Let's hear it. What's the worst experience while teaching abroad?
Okay, so 2 years ago, I had to get an operation to fix an umbilical hernia, and it's kind of scary being overseas without family around to come and visit you in the hospital because you're there alone. But I was wonderful enough that some of the colleagues actually came over a period of 2 days and visited me there and brought me some goodies to say good luck. So, but yeah, it's a tough thing. And then people don't always have a successful year abroad. It depends on in which kind of school you placed. It can happen in any country. I mean, it can even happen in our own country. But yeah, I was in a situation at the school where the teachers missed the previous teacher so much that they kept on comparing us a lot, they were never satisfied. That happened 9 years ago, and that made me very sad. And no matter what I did for a period of 4 months, it just never got better. But luckily at the school where we are now, and the first school that I was in Korea, it was a very good journey.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, thank you. And then there's one more thing.
Oh, let's hear it. Oh, guys, Peter has tea. Peter has tea for you. Okay, so listen carefully because anyone can go through these situations. It's just about how you bounce back. And that will be controlled by your why, your reason for teaching. Right? Come on in, Peter.
I'm sorry. And this is very funny. People have mocked me because of this, but partly maybe I would not say stupidity, but I just never knew about this. So my second year when I came to Korea, was a big fiasco. It started off in South Africa already.
Yeah.
What happened was I missed my plane for some reason. My parents and I took way too long to say goodbye. And then it was super busy at customs, and by the time I got through customs, I was running like over people. And when I got at the boarding gate, they said, sorry, you're too late. I said, but you just closed like a minute ago, and they would not allow me on the plane.
No.
So the next day, I just had to pay like about the half of the plane ticket price, and the next day I had to be back at the same time, and I did not look at my ticket, and I went to the same boarding gate, and I waited, and I wondered, why are there no people here today?
Oh my goodness.
And then 5 minutes before the boarding gates would have closed, I looked at the ticket, then I saw, oh my goodness, they changed the boarding gate. So I was running through the airport again. Luckily, when I got there, the people told me, calm down, the plane has been delayed with about half an hour. And but I had 2 other consecutive flights as well.
That were going to be affected?
Yes, so when we got to Hong Kong back then, they said we had to circle for 15 more minutes. And then by the time we landed, the plane that would have got, it was a short layover of 1 hour, which would have taken me to Incheon. We missed that one. And the next plane would leave 4 hours later.
No!
And then I had a plane scheduled from Incheon to Busan as well, so I missed that one as well.
It gets worse.
It's like dominoes.
Oh no.
So what happened was, instead of arriving there at 4 p.m., I arrived there at the airport close to 12. Yeah, at night, midnight. And I just knew I needed to be in Changwon City, which is in the south, at 7 a.m. in the morning for the public school teachers meeting.
Oh yeah.
I never knew there were things like midnight buses. And next moment, like, I didn't panic, but I was just wondering, you're tired after a flight.
Yeah.
So next moment there was this old man that grabbed my luggage and he said, I will take you. I told him, my cards don't work. He said, it's okay. And he said, I said, I thought he genuinely wanted to help me. I was sleeping in that taxi. So he woke me up about halfway of the ride in Daejeon.
Yeah.
And he took me to an ATM, and then my card still didn't work. And he said, it's okay. And he took me to Changwon. I think we arrived there at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Crazy.
He took me to an ATM, and for some reason then my card worked. But the amount of money that he charged me cost more than the flight ticket, and then he wanted to tip on top of that as well. So that was just ridiculous. And then when I talked to one of my American friends who's a professor in Daejeon at the university, he said, Peter, did you not know of the midnight buses? Then I said, no.
Peter!
So that cost me an arm and a leg, but
shucks.
Yeah, so everyone, there are things like midnight buses.
There are things like midnight buses, guys. And when you say goodbye to your family, I'm sorry, but focus on your boarding gate.
Yes.
Focus on your ticket. Understand that anything can happen in the middle. It's not going to be smooth and perfect. Sometimes customs takes way longer than you expect. Sometimes there's a shortage of staff. Like, so much happens after you get dropped off at the airport. It's an entirely different world after the boarding gate, especially if you've never flown before. Please get there early, check in, say goodbye to the family, you love them, and go to the other side, okay? Wow, I'm so sorry about that.
It was a lesson.
It truly is.
I've learned. Yeah.
You learned?
Yes.
Alright, and now for the bonus point. What needs to change about teaching abroad?
I think people need to be open-minded. I'm lucky enough that I am a very open-minded person, and be open enough to get to know new cultures and to try different kinds of foods.
Yes.
I've seen people from South Africa coming over who didn't have a very successful time, who were here for maybe like 1 month. And then when they came over, they didn't want to try any Korean food, and I don't know, and then they didn't want to connect with people, and that's one thing that I think is important. Make connections with people as quickly as you can, because they will you can become part of the community and they will carry you.
Yes.
They will Mariah carry you.
Come on now. Come on. Pick a country that you desire to know more about, you know. But yeah, your attitude matters. Be open-minded. Don't just assume the worst, and don't close yourself off from experiencing amazing, life-changing moments. All right, Peter, thank you so much for your time, my friend. You're truly the best, and we wish you nothing but blessings on blessings on blessings in your educational career moving forward. We know that you will continue to just be a leader in this field. All right. Thank you, bro. Thank you for doing this.
Bless you too. May the Lord give you the best time here overseas, and wherever He may lead you in the future.
Amen.
Yes, I'm curious to see what you're going to bring next in your art and your education programs. And guys, you can see her videos on Instagram. You can see the kids love her and they're so hyped up by her. So you inspire me too.
Oh, glory be to God. Thank you, my friend.
Yes.
And truly, guys, Peter is like one of my biggest fans. Like, honestly, mates. This guy right here, guys. Go and follow his page. He's doing amazing things while he is abroad and prioritizing his health and fitness too. So go over there, give him a thumbs up, and encourage him on this journey. All right? Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you, guys. You were watching Tshaba Media. We have more in store for you, okay? So stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment. See you next time.